So sorry for the crappy video. I never intended to publish this. It was just that I felt that since I was unable to find any information about this online, I would better document it some way. But basically my Xiaomi G11 vacuum cleaner stopped rotating its brush properly. Sometimes it worked correctly, sometimes it just didn't, and I felt it was some sort of wiring problem, because the other brush, the smaller one, worked just okay connected to the same vacuum. So the problem lies in this flexible joint here, where you have your three pins for electrical connections: red, yellow and black. Black one is the negative, red one is the positive, the yellow one is some sort of common or communication, not really sure, but it all feeds this PCB that in turns powers that motor over there that spins this brush here. And in my case, the black wire was getting damaged by just using the vacuum as it's intended. I mean, this flexible joint is flexing as any flexible joint does, and over time the black wire was just getting unable to properly deliver power. So what I did is just very crude. I somehow got this thing to open. Was not easy, especially these last couple of plastic bits here that cover the wire from this side. So it is supposed to be assembled somewhat like this. It has this piece of flexible hose here that goes in there. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my camera, it's kind of difficult, but it goes there and it's inside this one. So the air can just travel through this piece of flexible hose, but for the pins it's slightly more difficult. They are routed through these flexible joints. They go through the middle one there, and then they come out this side and then from this joint, and it's assembled again like this. Problem was first of all getting all of this disassembled. It's just a bunch of Torx screws, two sizes really, and then on this side you will find this sort of cover. Here you have your three pins. This is the two Torx screws holding it in place. But then when you get to that, you cannot slide it out this way as it should be. It should be coming out this way. And it's quite easy to remove the hose from that other, I don't know what this bit is called, but from there. Problem is that the wiring doesn't want to come forward, and since the wires, the pins actually are held by this thing here, it's this way actually, you cannot pull it through because it will try and pull on the wires, but they are held in place by these other two bits of hard plastic that are covering and supposedly protecting them, but they are not doing such a good job at that. But in any case, getting them out was not very easy, and I always felt that something might be breaking. The first bit was this one that needed to come loose. It is in there like that. It's the outermost one, and then you are left with just this one. This round bit here goes over there where the wires just come out of the joint, and it was just a lot of prying, some gentle force applied, and by struggling a lot I was able to get it to come loose. Then with my multimeter I checked continuity of all these wires. Actually I did that before even disassembling this whole thing, because they all end up in here on the PCB. And then I just performed the crudest possible connection here along the black wire's length, and then I just made a little hook on the PCB here and just solder it down. Why didn't I remove the black wire? Don't really know. I just wanted to have something that I can plausibly deny if I try to send this thing out for warranty repair. But in any case, that's how you should do it if you want to get this thing to come apart. Again, wasn't easy. Let's see if I am able to put it back together, but I just tested it and now the brush rotates as it should. So let's hope this MacGyver repair holds. And it's a shame because the vacuum is working nicely, the battery still holds its charge, and it is only about 20 months old or something like that. So it would technically be under warranty. Here in Italy it's 24 months warranty, and I could just send this back to Amazon to get it fixed. Problem is that they are not selling it anymore as far as I can see. So my fear is that if I send this back, they will just give me my money back and I will have to buy something else, potentially more expensive. I didn't want to deal with that, so I just spent hours trying to get it apart, as one does. So I hope this video was helpful to anyone having the same problem. Not here to provide any technical assistance, just reporting my experience with this vacuum. Just figured something else out while reassembling this. This part, the second one that you should take apart. I won't take it apart again because it was kind of hard getting it back, but this should help you in disassembling it. Basically, you have to unhook it from here, from this white one. Basically, you take it like my finger away from that, and this should just snap away. And then, not easy, I think, to do with the flexible hose in place, but you look at it from this side and you take it out, like my thumb here, out of this big opening that you get. You slide it out this way and it should come apart pretty easily. And I guess the next little part of this video will be myself figuring out how to also disassemble the other part a little bit more easily than I did when I first took it apart. It's actually this one. I think it goes in just straight there, but I think I'll report back. Yeah, as I expected, this one just slides this way, and the key is always this little white tab here. It gets locked in place from there, so if you just manage to unhook it, sorry, with one hand is quite difficult, but yeah, this just kind of slides, and from this little slot here you can put in a screwdriver to get this lodged. Problem is that in my case I think I broke a tab or something, so it doesn't really want to stay back, but I think it will stay back enough for it not to dismantle itself, since in any case it should just stay here and not move around very much. So final update, I managed to put it back together. Only thing is that the two plastic pieces that was on this side covering the wires, protecting them on this side, they were impossible to fit with this hose here, because I figured that I needed to put the plastic attachment here in first. If that wasn't in when I reconnected everything, then I couldn't do anything, because the wires again wouldn't slide across that protective channel. So I guess if you have to do this repair yourself, you will have to try and reconstruct whatever I did. Again, not a tutorial, just sharing my experience. But to put it back together, what I had to do was leaving the wires loose so they could slide around in their channel. Put back this plastic thing here, have the 3-pin assembly, there's a plastic bit holding them together, staying on the outside, so this would go in first and this would kind of slide in. Then finally I could reconnect, or rather rescrew in this frame around them. But all of that was done without the flexible hose. I needed to remove that. You just need to pull. It is exactly the same on the other side. You just pull from here and it gets apart. Then once everything was back in, I could fit in through this opening here the protective plastic bits in here. And once they were held in place, and I'm quite surprised, but they stayed in their place, I was able to slide the flexible hose back in and just push it until it engaged with this circle here, basically, and then proceed with reconnecting this to that, and that putting it in, and so on. So I guess I can prove it. If I connect this, again, one-handed is kind of difficult. You see the pins engaging, and it works.